Hello and welcome back to one of our second vlogs from within inside of Minecraft for the Writing Bursary project.
Hello.
Hello.
Why
I'm Adam Clark. This is Victoria Bennett to my
Hello.
To my right.
Introduce myself. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Victoria.
I'll get this. Hello.
Hello. I'm Victoria, or otherwise known as Be Wild. Yep, that's my name up there.
That's your name. And yeah, welcome back. We've been making some progress in our world, exploring how poetry and Minecraft can be mashed together.
Not so much of the mashed.
No. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's get on with it. There's certain bits and pieces that we're going to show you and also show each other. So we'll start over here. This array of weird blocks.
Guess what you're looking at now?
Okay.
Fun. 10 points. Woohoo!
Yeah, 10 points to
10 points.
anybody who can guess.
Whoop! Can't walk that way.
We've also got a chicken called Ted Hughes who's wandering about.
Ted Hughes. Look.
So
I now have Ted Hughes inside.
Yeah.
My poem.
Yeah, Ted Hughes is wandering all over your poem.
Hello, Ted.
So this array of what is called command blocks, each command block can do certain things. So command blocks are basically really cool ways of changing the way Minecraft might behave. Let me right click on one and you can kind of see here it's actually kind of opens up almost like a programming language, and Minecraft has got that within it. Within this programming language we can do things like we can create titles. So we've got kind of / title at A, which is at all players in the world, and then we say title and we've got open brackets, color is white, text is October, and that's in brackets as well, and then in inverted commas, and then we've got our closed wiggly brackets as well. I'll press done, and each block of like that is also kind of connected to a different word. This is what it looks like if we press it. I'm going to just press this one here, and I'm just going to look up at the sky, so I've got a nice background too. Okay. So you can see it's kind of whizzing through a load of words, which is a poem.
One way to describe my writing.
Yeah. So we're basically trying to find out ways of creating text inside of Minecraft. Here's another example of how we can kind of maybe organize the speed of delivery of words on screen. So here we have we've got a word October, and then we've got these
spaces.
Yeah, these are called redstone repeaters. Okay, and redstone repeaters are kind of we'll send a signal along here and you'll be able to see it, but we can slow that signal down or speed that signal up. So let me show you for an example. So if I press this one here, you can see it running along there, and we've got.
Oh, hang on, these aren't my words.
No, they're just random words.
Just random words.
They're just random words. You can actually right click and edit inside of these if you want, but I thought this was a little example to try and kind of. I'll press it again and we can kind of see. So October stays there. Matter, love, beauty, in. So they are just random. I just sort of picked a load of random words out the corner over there and put it all together just to sort of test out.
So what we can have is using the redstone, we can actually create a visual experience of how I would be intending the poem to be heard. Yeah. So we're kind of going into the area of the poem being read in a way so that it sounds internally.
Yeah,
in the way they're intending.
Yeah, absolutely, and
so we're using those spaces to create the same intention as punctuation and space around words and line breaks. We can also, and here's another example of maybe putting words on screen. Here's an arrow, so we can kind of call it the what should we call an arrow? Quill. No.
Quill. Destiny.
Destiny. Spear of Destiny.
Destiny. Okay. So there's Destiny. Now we can put that up into one of these things, which is a frame. Yeah. Anvils are these are kind of interactive blocks. Book of poems. Soil. Yeah.
Well, how do I move backwards?
Just press S. Yeah.
Soil.
Destiny. So we've got.
And it's rain.
We've got different ways of.
So again. So these could either give you single words, or can you click on them and go somewhere?
Well, we could actually use.
Could they trigger audio?
Yeah. Well, that's the next thing. I think what we've got is we've got words on screen. We've also can actually create our own audio packs and custom sounds that could be whole lines of text, that could be whole poems that we've actually recorded ourselves and we put into a resource pack.
Hey!
So we were thinking about labyrinths, and we were talking about them last time, weren't we?
I'm walking around on the top. Where are you?
Okay, I'm inside. I've gone inside.
So what I'm interested in is how we can use the structure of a labyrinth within a poetic form. So I've been looking at that off screen. Structures in poetry, kind of at different points in history, that may relate to the labyrinth form. So we've started creating labyrinths out of blocks. Now, labyrinth is an explorable journey, not a maze. There is only one way of doing a labyrinth. There are no dead ends. You reach the centre and then you come out again. The experience is a meditative one, although in this case it is not so meditative as much as prison-like.
This is dark and oppressive. Okay, and then so so that's the one we started off with, and then I thought, well, it's too dark and oppressive, so maybe we should make it a bit more colourful.
Yeah, that's a bit too colourful.
And this is a bit too fabulous.
Okay. So with the next one, you've kind of gone for a more traditional maze-like look.
Yeah, so we've got kind of wood and leaves, so it's a bit more like that, and also it's very shallow, so you can
don't
feel
have the sense
like
of,
you can jump over it. You know, it's not oppressive.
Yeah,
it's a bit more like you would go out to a fancy posh house, and they've got one of these in the back garden, Victorian kind of labyrinth kind of.
Anyway, so I want to push it further, though. I want this. This is what setting off in my mind. I want this structure.
Yeah.
To become the lines of the poem, so that not only are we using a labyrinth structure within the poem, but then the poem becomes the labyrinth structure itself.
So these are actual words.
So this would be words, yeah.
So if we were to draw this out on a piece of paper, then this would be kind of words flowing around.
So let's say, obviously this is not where I would be going with the poem, but let's say we're kind of starting here. The cat sat on the mat.
Yeah.
Now the difference is obviously you walk between the words, don't you? You walk between. So these are not the words.
Oh, I see. So like the words like this is the word. Yeah. And so we're walking around words.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but from our previous one we had the word room, didn't we? And we made rooms out of the rooms.
What we're actually doing is entering into the labyrinth.
Yeah. And
we are within a room.
Yeah.
Which takes us back to the idea of the stanza being a room. So then this becomes an experiential space.
Yeah, and like these are because of the perspective, because of our literally our perspective. Because when we're close up to these giant words, it becomes environmental to our perception. So we're walking in and through different
and over,
and so it's part of our environment. So we can
under, I suppose, if we mind.
Yeah, we can kind of get the player
This is
more a more kind of playful way of doing it. And then of course, if you change their perspective even more, if we were to take them further up, then of course they would be able to see
the
whole thing. You're looking at concrete poetry.
I have been looking at concrete poetry, right. But I've also been looking at poetic forms, concrete poetry being one of them, and also about where we can take game poetry.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a little bit of a busy time.
Yeah, cool.
But it's going to be quite interesting, and I think it's about at the moment this is really like a sketch pad.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's a blocky interactive sketch pad.
I definitely see this as a bit of a laboratory for us to kind of mess around with and experiment
we've looked at words created through redstone. We've looked at words in terms of the little picture things. We're walking around and through and above words. We've looked at the labyrinth structure. What about actually books?
Oh yeah.
But we saw a bookshelf over there.
So this is the last thing, and because we are just swiftly running out of time. So Minecraft has got its own books, and you can click them, and you can write in them. Okay, and you can sign them, and you can name them book or whatever you like, and you can sign and close them, and then you can actually give them to other people. So you can offer these books.
He's throwing poetry at me.
So this is great because we can actually enable the people to leave things behind if they want to, or kind of or us to actually write stuff down, write little snippets of poems and things like that for the reader to pick up and read for themselves. So I think there's a whole variety of ways, and we're really kind of exploring. I like our idea of the Labyrinth. I like our idea of kind of combining that and making sure that we've got an adventure for readers, for players, and for listeners. Okay. All right.
Well, I guess
we better go. We better get back working to it then.
Yeah, better get back to it.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for listening, everybody.
Get back to the mine.
Yeah, and we'll get back to kind of making this all happen.
I'll follow you.
All right.
Lead the way.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Until next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.